Hi, welcome to J2EE tutorials. In this tutorials, we can see how to send or how to pass data from one servlet to another servlet. So we can start up with the new project. So right click on the project tab and go for the new project. And here in Java web and web application, click on next and go for Servlet 2. Can go for SCR to SCR. This is servlet to servlet. Go for next, enable, next. Then finish it. So I got index.jsp here. Finish it. Just create one form here. So I can go with form tag, form action equals to my servlet, and method equals to, so I'm going for the get method, and here I can go for input type equals to text and name equals to username. I put name here. So after this I put input type equals to submit and value equals to again submit. Save this and so once this JSP application has been created, and that JSP application will be having a text field with my servlet action here, which is passed in the form. So whenever this submit button has been clicked, the my servlet will be invoked, and we can create the my servlet application. So right click on the web pages and go for the new and servlet, and here the name of the class is my servlet. And click on the next. Add the information to the deployment descriptor. Click on finish. So this is the servlet which was created just now. So here I put catch statement here, exception. We remove the comments, almost all the comments. Okay. So here, this application is basically designed to pass our data from one servlet to another servlet. So this is my servlet which is executed by this index.jsp, and it was passing some value to the text field, and we need to retrieve that value over here. I can go with the string variable string username. The variable name is supposed to be username, and the string is public in nature. I can go for user name equals to request.get parameter. Get parameter, that is called user name. Again means this is username is the variable, a string variable which is assigned to request.get parameter username. That is, username is nothing but the name of the control, that is a text field control here. So whatever the value that you can put into this text field, so that will come to this username string variable. And then here, so to pass data from one servlet to another servlet, we have the interface called request dispatcher. So use that request dispatcher. Request dispatcher RD is equal to, so import this class request interface, and go for request dot get request dispatch, and this request has to be dispatched to the one more servlet that is called other servlet. Just name of the servlet is called other servlet. So here I just pass this one under rd dot forward. So this is supposed to be a forward here. And here what I need to do is I must set request dot set attribute, that is use name, again your name, and the value is supposed to be use name, and this will forward the request, or this will forward to the client here. That's called other servlet. So we can go and create one more servlet that is called other servlet. Look for the other servlet. So next add the information and finish it. So one more servlet is created. It is called other servlet. So I'll delete these comments. This is again a cap statement here. So this servlet, what it will do is it was receiving a data from my servlet. So here what I need to do is I just go for request dot get attribute. I just go for request dot get attribute, that is supposed to be name, and that has to be assigned to the string variable string name equals to request dot get attribute, and it has to be type converted to the string. And after that, so I can go with the out of println. So data received from servlet is equals to plus name. So save this and go for this my servlet and go for this other servlet. So run this application. See, when I put some data here and click on the submit, and I click on the submit, what happens? It will take me to the other servlet. Means, so the servlet which is called what actually my servlet is forwarding our request to the other servlet, which is nothing but this one. So my servlet is going to use a request dispatcher, which is called an interface. In this case, interface request dispatcher defines an object that receives the request from the client and sends them to the any resource such as servlet, HTML and JSP file. So request dispatcher will be created by using the request.get request dispatcher method, and that method should pass with either JSP, HTML or any servlet file or servlet name, and that RD is a request dispatcher object, and that will be forwarded to the request by passing the request and response objects. So before we are going for the request dispatcher, what we need to do to pass some data from one servlet to another servlet, so we have to go for the request set attribute method. The set attribute method sets the attribute that is called the value username, the value that is coming from the index.jsp, which was given by the client. So that value will be stored to the username, and that value will be passed to this one, and that value will be referred using the name parameter called name in the next servlet. So whatever the servlet that was call from this request dispatcher. That's called other servlet. In other servlet, what I did, I'm using one string variable. String name is equal to string request.get attribute. So the request.get attribute returns the object, and that will be requested into the string. And the attribute is supposed to be name, so which is nothing but the name which was given here in the set attribute, and its value is supposed to be username, and that value will be stored to the name. And after that it will display data received from the servlet is name. So here what happens, we did not see my servlet here. Whenever I will click on this submit button, what happens, it will immediately take to the my servlet, and my servlet will take to the other servlet. So that's what actually happening here. So once if I go for this index.jsp, so that is index.jsp, I can put some value. So hello J2EE, something like this, and when I submit, it goes to the my servlet, and thereby my servlet it goes to the other servlet by passing the value. So hello J2EE. So this is what actually the use of request dispatcher in the Servlet application, which will forward the request to the client by passing the request and response parameters to the forward method. So thanks for watching this tutorial. In the next tutorial we can see more concepts on J2EE.